This is Close Combat Panthers in the Fog. You're watching episode 10 of the Axis campaign. Take a moment to support the channel by clicking the subscribe button, liking the video, and turning on notifications. We've got another fight at Barenton. 4th Cavalry Squadron is taking on Conf Group Schmidt, but we had this one well under control in the last fight. Let's see if we can get a repeat. Simpson's company is back. We're going to be running with 3 Panzer IVs in support, and then we have 1st Platoon and part of 2nd Platoon, all as Schützen. The enemy still just has a small recon detachment, so a couple of M8 Greyhounds, a mortar, some recon, and a jeep, and then they're only bringing 2 Stuarts for their support. I've went ahead and boxed them in fully, and because they don't have anything over on the east, we've just brought everybody west. So a couple teams on the bridge on the far west end, south of them, and then just a big loop around them. I've got a mix of armor and infantry, just meant to keep them from getting too far. The tanks are positioned a little bit more bold, so hopefully that doesn't bite us. And we already have eyes on in the northwest. Oh, click too many times. Okay, so what can we see? Another one moving up. And the jeep. Let's go ahead and move Krusty up right here. No line of sight, that's okay. Apu, the tree. Oh, wow, okay, pop the jeep. Apu can't really see through the trees. Apparently Sideshow Bob can. Engage that Stuart. Come on, Krusty, move fast, actually, move fast. Let's get Apu ready right here on the corner, so maybe the foliage isn't in the way. More vehicles advancing. I think we're really just counting on Sideshow Bob at this point. Maybe not. Just this one Stuart up there. There we go. Okay, popped. I'm not sure. That might have been Krusty that got him. All right, keep advancing. There we go. Sideshow Bob hit that. We'll hit it with Krusty. Apu can't see anything. Doesn't even matter. They're dead. No, you can't have a ceasefire. You can't request that. That's not going to happen. All right. Apparently our gun is out. I don't know if we took one. It says, yeah, we're damaged. So I'm going to go ahead and back Krusty out of there and not get destroyed. I think our 2 tanks will be just fine. Sideshow Bob has good line of sight. Well, had good line of sight. Let's go ahead and move out past there. Apu can get a better angle if they're not hiding behind the trees. So slowly but surely, we're going to creep out. We're getting good hits on the infantry, but I am more concerned about the vehicles. I don't know if we try and just put rounds down range, see if we can get a cannon to hit there. They missed. All right, we're going to go ahead and come around, and then hopefully that will give us a little bit better line of sight. Another miss. We do have that smoke blocking our view, so I'm going to come down just a little bit, and we're going to start tracking for a better angle on them. Keep this Greyhound in mind as well, because as that tree moves out of our way, we might have line of sight here. No, maybe. There we go. Send it. We're getting shot at. Greyhound destroyed. All right, we're going to keep moving south, and we're going to try that same plan. Let's get Sideshow Bob ready. Nope, lost line of sight. Right there. We're going to try it. Let's actually turn Apu. Never mind. That was it. So the battle ended because the Allied force was routed. The Axis gained control of the entire area. They were unable to retreat, and they were forced to disband. We won because, well, we're bosses, and that's what we do. All right, so we killed 6, we wounded 4, destroyed 1 light tank, and 3 vehicles. We have no casualties, so even our damaged tank isn't actually damaged. So now after 2 series of fights, we have killed 91, we've wounded 165, and taken 15 prisoners. We destroyed 8 tanks, 8 vehicles, and captured 2 guns. They have killed 30, they've wounded 60, taken 2 prisoners, destroyed 1 tank, damaged a 2nd tank, and destroyed 2 vehicles. Our morale is equal at 87 to 87. Now, the infantry shouldn't really have anything going on except maybe some morale increase, which it looks like we did increase across the board. Nobody declined. Yep, even 2nd platoon's okay. Then we get to Sideshow Bob, who has a tank kill and an infantry kill. Krusty has 1 infantry kill and 1 vehicle kill. Then we have Apu, who has 2 infantry kills and 2 vehicle kills. Alright, Greyhound is destroyed, no kills. Another destroyed Greyhound. Destroyed Greyhound. Didn't hit any of the mortar. Recon survived. This recon survived. Jeep is wiped out. That Stuart's the one that survived. And then this one was destroyed. It's now 1000, and we have more movement phases. So I've run into some problems where I can't actually move out of here. And because of that, I've kind of just decided to stay put for a minute. And then I'm going to move 1 team to the west. I'm going to fill in with 2nd SS. We are going to hold position down to the south. But these guys are going to attack, by the way. I'm going to try and move them to the front of the line since that was recommended to me and get those Panthers in on the fight. But back down in Mortain, we're going to stay put. We're going to keep these guys surrounded. And realistically, I think this is kind of the best that I've come up with. I'm going to advance west here and hope that they don't have any units spawning there right now, because ideally I'd like to replace the 275th with somebody else. Outside of that, I think we're ready to execute. Alright, they are airstriking everybody. Wasting artillery, which is okay. That's less barrages on us when we're actually in the fight. I don't know what's going on. All their units are having seizures. Alright, so they did pull back. And I'm not even quite sure who went where, but they did pull back. So we're actually clear now a little bit. And our first fight is going to be at Le Mesnil-Adelee. We'll have 2nd Armored Division taking on Panzer Grenadier Regiment 304. We are going to welcome back Family Guy Company. We've got 3 tanks. They're all Panthers down here. And they're led by Joe, Cleveland, and Quagmire. That should be more than enough. And based on the way the fight went the last time, they stood no chance, and we slaughtered them all. So let's do that again. What? 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 So they have 5 Shermans and 7 M20 armored cars. How? Did I miss something? Okay. So armored infantry, 5 Shermans. Dude, they got a full battle group. All right. We're going to have to hide. We have decent places. So I got a little bit of infantry and Joe on the west side. And because they can't spawn near the hedges, I feel like that gives Joe an advantage if they move west. Then I got Cleveland lined up in the south center, and they're backed up with infantry. If they come across the hedges there, Cleveland should have a clear shot, and it is a kind of narrow area, so I think that bodes well for them. Quagmire's a little bit of a loose cannon. Same sort of plan, but possible approach to the northeast if we have to go that way to support the infantry in that fight as well. Lastly, outside of them, I got a few infantry squads held up on the far east side just to keep them from making a jailbreak to the east. And I've got the ability to entrench myself, so these guys are going to dig in and just hide out there and get some shots. Oh, they're everywhere. We're shooting. We're shooting. Who are we shooting at? Okay, we popped one. Sherman is burning. All right, let's see. Artillery. Maybe just drop it there. We don't have anything else yet. Uh-oh. Meg is getting pummeled. Let's get Adam West on defend with Meg. And What else is going on? We're engaging. What we hit? I don't even. There's so much going on. I can't even see what we're killing. M20. Let's target that. Actually, hold on. Another Sherman. Target the Sherman instead. Okay, Sherman is destroyed. We got a Sherman 76 burning. That must have been the second one that we heard pop. There goes the artillery. It's falling. Keep going. Keep going. More vehicles coming. We're going to move in. Get Joe over here to help. M20. He can see it. Send it, Joe. All right, Cleveland hit one of those. There we go. Quagmire has line of sight right there. Okay, vehicle destroyed. It's another M20. Artillery's working. We have the mortars available. I'm going to drop them right here to try and save Meg. Oh my gosh, this is like way too intense. I can't even focus on what's happening. And it's over. What? So Allied morale broke. Axis captured some ground. And they had to retreat off the strategic map and regroup overnight. Okay, that's kind of cool. Outside of that, we won the battle. 91% morale to their 32. Unbelievably chaotic. Looks like we killed 8, wounded 13, destroyed 4 Shermans and 4 armored cars. They killed 2 infantry and wounded a 3rd. Poor Meg. That was very unfortunate. But wow. I mean, did not expect it to just start like that. So, kind of my fault, I guess. I don't know. And realistically, the infantry shouldn't have any stats. Kind of looks like they don't. Meg with 3 losses. Unfortunately, they'll disband. That sucks. And then nothing there. Herbert and Dr. Hartman hid. So Joe has a tank kill, and that's it. But that's great. Cleveland has a 2nd class Iron Cross, 2 tank kills, an infantry kill, and 3 vehicle kills. And then we have Quagmire with 1 tank kill and a vehicle kill. For their infantry, they survived. Survived with a kill. Survived. Wiped out. Wiped out. Survived 1 kill. Survived. Okay, Sherman's destroyed. Another one destroyed. Destroyed. Survived, I guess. That one's destroyed. 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 That one survived. I think destroyed. And then this one survived. Destroyed. And survived. They got 1 kill. Okay, that was wild. I think we can squeeze 1 more in after those 2 wildly short battles. So we're going to be taking on a new map as Juvigny-Le-Tertre. We have 30th Division and Conf Group Needle taking it on. Let's hope for another repeat of a fight like that. Wrestling Company is back at it. They successfully moved up, and now we're going to go ahead and give them another shot at glory. Bear in mind, we have 2 half-tracks that are AT guns, and 1 that's a mortar, but that's all we've really got for support. And the enemy, almost a full battle group, Rifle and BAR in 1st and 2nd platoon, and then they're bringing 4 Stuarts for support. So that's a little bit more than we're kind of ready to deal with, but at least they are Stuarts. We are tempering expectations quite a bit. We have no terrain, so no cover, no concealment, really just terrible spots. So we've got a little bit of infantry scattered around, and the hope is kind of probe them, figure out where they are, figure out what we can do to keep them from wiping us off the map. But I don't know that I can really push, and I might have to play this more defensively, even though they don't really have any reason to drive through me. I did split our armored cars with our AT gun half tracks, 1 of each in the north and 1 of each in the south, and then I just hid the mortar half track all the way in the rear. That should give us the best opportunity against the street without having to try and cross it. Okay, they are right in front of us. Who's shooting? Infantry here. I think they're shooting at the half track. What about Ric Flair? We put some HE rounds in that building. Maybe silence those guys. I think we got a hit, even. I guess let's let Roman Reigns engage with the AT gun. We can't see either of those Stuarts, but we'll watch for them to start moving. Infantry in the south. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on that. We only have one guy spotting for down there, so we'll play that kind of cautiously, but right now my biggest threat is I've got infantry shooting at me, and if I move so that they can't, we probably can't fight the Stuarts either. I'm going to assume that the top is clear right now and just focus on the south for a minute. We're going to go ahead and scout out here, make sure that we are actually clear, because they could still have 2 more Stuarts up there. But this is my biggest threat, is these 2, so we're going to prioritize that. Infantry's running. Do we drop it? I wonder if we can get these guys to stop running. Can we get some machine gun fire on them so I can actually target them with the mortars? We're going to put some shots right here and see if just bullets flying in that direction will slow them down. Yeah, that guy's running back. That worked. Alright, right there. Maybe a little bit below it. Alright, let's go ahead and get the rock moving down. And we'll see if we can get maybe a better angle on this first Stuart. Alright, we're getting close. What about this one that's moving? No. 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 Alright, he's lucky right now. Let's keep going south a little bit. Let's get Shawn Michaels down there as well. I didn't realize this, but the armored cars also have green effectiveness against the Stuarts, so that changes this a little bit. I was kind of assuming I only had to use the half tracks, but I can use all 4 of them. I kind of was just going to use the armored cars as like anti-infantry support, but this looks like it's going to work a lot better. These guys are at it again. We're going to go ahead and mortar this team that's just laying there right now. And still rifle fire coming from the building. I don't know if we're ever going to get them cleared out. Let's see. What if we move up slowly? I think we can stay behind the building. I'd like to just get the half track more towards the road and maybe avoid some of this rifle fire. We don't have any casualties, but we don't want to start taking them. All right, they're now moving north. First mortar is way off target. No big deal. Roman Reigns, let's go there, right here. If they're going to go north, we're going to go west and cut them off. Doesn't look like there's anything over here. So we'll let these guys rest for a moment. And yeah, he is going to continue north. So let's roll up, I don't know, right up to the hedge, and then either they'll move north and we'll try and get in their flank, or they'll come down the road. Yeah, guys, keep running up there. Run back into the mortars. We got another team laying down on the south side right here. Let's go ahead and drop mortars there. Alright, I don't see anything down there. What if we... Oh, there we go, right there. Shawn Michaels can't see. Miss. There we go. Now we got Shawn Michaels in on it too. Let's bring Roman Reigns back down to intercept from the south. We'll go ahead and come out with Ric Flair.
We're pinned down.
Come on. Stewart is damaged. We're still drawing fire from the 2-story building, so that's kind of unfortunate. And then, yes, Stewart is destroyed. We're going to go ahead and hold up right here with Ric Flair. What? They got the rock? Well, really?
Clint!
Okay, we got another one. We got to just get reset.
Incoming!
More infantry running. Let's go ahead and just hit this mortar spot again. See if we can drop some of those guys. Stewart is gunning down our vehicle crew. John Cena is mostly recovered. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and move up. So we'll take Hulk Hogan over there, and John Cena can sit on defend for a minute. All right, Ric Flair, move up a little bit. We need to keep closing in a little bit to get around the building so we can see this other Stewart. Line of sight, send it. All right, let's go ahead and pull out with Roman Reigns, try and get that flank shot. We'll come down as well. Right there. Ooh. Did we take one? Maybe not. Come on. Shawn Michaels is almost there. Oh, wow. They got Roman Reigns. All right. So far, the armored cars are our better bet, and it could be the turret. There we go. Another Stewart down. But yeah, the armored cars seem to be doing better, so I think we're going to have to rely on that. Let's go ahead and come down here and go west. No way! That was... Wow. That was the perfect time for that airstrike. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we are down to a single armored car. Morale is falling apart. And it's not looking good. So we're going to have to make this push with just a single armored car and the infantry. Dot smoke. There we go. We're going to rest at the building and then we'll move west. They still have 2 tanks out there, right? So we got to be careful about this. I'd like to bring Bret Hart out, but I'm not convinced that the 2-story is empty. So what we're going to have to do is try and figure out how to draw them out without drawing a lot of casualties, because we'll just lose as soon as we do. All right. Ric Flair's going to move down to the south so they can see over the bocage and target the infantry that's down there. And we're still moving. Everything's going okay. Let's go ahead and just take the forest. And we'll do the same over here. Infantry on the run. Uh-oh, coming for Ric Flair. Gun them down. Go ahead and get Randy Savage in on this. Wait, we're not quite there. All right, we can't see, but we got them all. Way to go. Ric Flair was on it. Okay, we can see these guys down there, so we're going to keep engaging. Oh, he picked one off. Perfect shot. I'm not sure, but I think we're just going to go this way. The other team doesn't seem to be drawing any fire. Where? Rifle team on our west. Okay, they're in the open running. Let's go ahead and put mortars on them. Can we get them to pause there? Keep shooting, guys. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Lost line of sight. There we go. Open up. I don't know. Maybe we just leave the mortars there for a minute. There's still a few of them outside. They did hit the dirt as soon as the machine guns opened up, so... Oh yeah, there's another team coming. I think we stick with this. And can Steve Austin hit any of these guys? No. Maybe Bret Hart can help. Let's get down in this building, get these flags captured. The struggle with no morale is real. We never really saw where these guys went or if they died, so we got to be a little cautious, but it's time to just get to cover in the building. Infantry on the run. Let's go ahead and move up here. I think maybe even let's just let Bret Hart engage. Oh, we got a Stewart. We'll put mortars on these guys, and we'll just keep the infantry hidden. We don't want the tank to engage us. Alright, we're just barely hidden by the corner of that building. So if we move, we probably die. Almost there. Come on. Do we just go down? Let's just take this flag with the Undertaker. Make sure that it's captured. If we take any catastrophic casualties, I want to have that secured. Alright, Stewart doesn't seem to mind the infantry shooting, so we'll let that play out for a minute. Got more guys west in the trees. Hulk Hogan's holding them down. I would love to get Ric Flair out, but I don't know if we can. We're getting good hits with the mortar. Alright. Never mind. We're not going to keep going west. So that's it. Battle ended because both sides were exhausted. And we both still control some victory locations, and they won a major victory because they control quite a bit more. We killed 8, we wounded 18, and we destroyed 2 tanks. They killed 3, wounded 7, and destroyed 3 vehicles. And that was really painful to lose those vehicles that way. The half-tracks showed their vulnerabilities. Okay, so Randy Savage, no action. And then Steve Austin, nothing. Bret Hart has 1 kill. The Undertaker, nothing. Hulk Hogan, 50% casualties. John Cena has 2 kills. Triple H, nothing. Ric Flair has a 2nd class Iron Cross, a tank kill, and 11 infantry kills. Shawn Michaels, also a 2nd class Iron Cross, a tank kill, and 3 infantry kills. And then we got Roman Reigns with 1 kill. We got, let's see, The Rock wiped out, no kills. And then Randy Orton on the mortar with 7 kills. Fortunately, that was fairly effective, but the rest of the vehicles not so much. So first platoon leader's unharmed. Rifle's basically gone. BAR is unharmed. Rifle is unharmed. BAR is unharmed. Rifle is wiped out, no kills. BAR is unharmed. They have 2 kills. Second platoon leader is unharmed. Rifle is wiped out. BAR is unharmed. Rifle is wiped out. BAR is unharmed. We basically didn't kill any BAR. So Stewart has a vehicle kill, but they're dead. And then second Stewart, this one survived. Third Stewart, this one also survived. For Stuart, we destroyed. It had 1 infantry and 1 vehicle kill. This was a mixed bag. The first 2 battles were very good. That third one was very challenging with the limited terrain, but I hope you guys enjoyed the fight. I know you like those multi-battle episodes, so hopefully you like this one. Go ahead and like the video if you enjoyed it. Click the subscribe button to make sure you catch future content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.